Hi, all right, so we're here on the Clairemont Bridge. What's your name for the viewers?
Carrie Cristie from the Free Sara Kruzan organization and national campaign.
Right on, so what are you guys doing tonight?
We're actually doing an Light Brigade for Sara Kruzan. She's a human trafficking victim who was met her trafficker at age 11 and then by her mother actually. And at 11 he molested her and he began the grooming process, indoctrinating her slowly over 2 years, and at age 13 he raped her and then he began selling her. And she's from Riverside, so he began selling her in Riverside, and then before long she was on a circuit, like being sold between Riverside to San Diego to Orange County to LA and back around. So anyways, I am actually friends with Sara Kruzan, and I'm working with Kim Deanne and Jessica Assat, who are actually on the East Coast, along with many other supporters here in San Diego. So tonight we're just shedding light on human trafficking. We're bringing Sara Kruzan's name to San Diego to bring awareness. The DA of Riverside is going to be deciding on her case on October 18th. So we want everyone to know about Sara Kruzan, and we're on a crusade to free her. The DA has the opportunity to do the right thing, and we'll see what he does. But regardless, his decision, whatever he makes, whether it's right or wrong, it's going to be a legacy. He has the option to save a human trafficking victim. It's 2012, and we know that human trafficking exists and that slavery is still alive. So we'll see what happens on October 18th, but until then, we're just going to keep getting the word out and telling the world that Sara Kruzan is a human trafficking victim and that she has been held captive in the California state prison system for 18 years, and it's been enough. It's been enough time. 18 years is enough.
So how did the judge get the opportunity to come to some kind of decision on the case? What is he responding to?
Actually, like, Sarah's been caught up in the system, her case, and it was sent to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court denied hearing her case. They sent it back to Riverside, and they basically asked the California Attorney General Kamala Harris to give her input on the case, and she's fighting human trafficking, and it's one of her hallmark issues this year, which is wonderful. However, as she told Sarah's supporters, she's the prosecutor of California, and she doesn't help defendants, which Sarah's a defendant. She shot her pimp. So unfortunately, the Attorney General Kamala Harris isn't really willing to stand out and to do anything for Sara. She knows about Sara. We ran a campaign back in July. We sent over 1,000 postcards, and that was her stance. She basically said, yeah, it's a sad case, but she basically pointed it back to the Riverside DA, so it's all in his hands at this point.
So the fact that Governor Schwarzenegger commuted her sentence in 2010, where does that play into the whole court proceedings?
It doesn't really play into the proceedings itself. It was a huge move in Sarah's case because before he commuted her sentence at that time, there was no hope for her. She felt that she was going to die in prison, and at the time she was working in the prison's infirmary, so she was helping prisoners that were dying and that were sick. And so at that time she had no hope, and she just was like, I'm going to be one of these people. Someone's going to be taking care of me someday. I'm going to die here. And she didn't have hope. So it was unfortunate that Arnold didn't just go ahead and release her on time served for whatever reason. Obviously, as we all know, he let somebody else out of prison that was one of his friend's sons. So I guess, it gave Sara hope, but it doesn't really do anything. I mean, she doesn't come up for parole until 2017. And for somebody that's already spent 18 years too long, I mean, it's something, but it's just not enough. Victims deserve help and services, not to be punished and criminalized.
Well, thank you for speaking to us, Carrie, and thank you for being out here.
Thank you. Thanks so much.